with its defenses already bolstered by shipments of weapons from NATO. Ukraine now has a new wish list of weapons it hopes will prove decisive in the ongoing war with Russia. Kyiv has asked for long-range rocket artillery, attack drones, and anti-ship missiles to beat back the Russian invasion, and already at least one NATO ally, Denmark, has pledged to step up. The weapons are more necessary than ever as a fresh Russian offensive makes gains in the Ukrainian state of Luhansk. Ukraine already fields all three of those weapon types, but US and NATO-made versions would be both more technologically advanced and generally more capable. The weapons would serve alongside those already provided by NATO, including Javelin anti-tank missiles, NLAW anti-tank rockets, M777 howitzers, and Switchblade kamikaze drones. Let's take a look at what kind of weapons Ukraine is seeking help from the NATO. Number 1. M142 HIMARS Rocket Artillery System. The US-made HIMARS is at the top of the list. The high-mobility artillery rocket system is an armored 5-ton truck equipped to launch two 7mm rockets. Each HIMARS carries 6 GPS-enabled guided multiple launch rocket system rockets. According to the US Army, each conducts high-volume destructive, suppressive, and counter-battery fires, or artillery missions at ranges of up to 43 miles. HIMARS can outstick most Russian artillery, firing on it from beyond the range of Russian guns and rocket launchers. Ukraine already has a variety of rocket artillery systems, including the BM-30 Smerch 300mm rocket system. HIMARS is different from other rocket systems. In recent years, outrage over the threat that unexploded submunitions pose to civilians led to a global treaty outlawing the weapons. Although the United States is not a party to the treaty, it no longer develops them and has shelved existing submunition ammo stocks. This has forced HIMARS to take a different path. Instead of showering a wide area with thousands of tennis ball-sized bomblets, HIMARS makes each rocket count. Each GMLRS rocket is capable of first-round hits on a set of GPS coordinates, using a unitary, single large warhead designed to make up for the loss of hundreds of smaller submunition warheads. Number 2. MQ-1 Grey Eagle Attack Drone. Ukraine also wants reusable attack drones. It already operates a small fleet of TB2 Bagraktar attack drones, each capable of carrying smart micro-munition-guided bombs. Although Bagraktars have proven effective in striking Russian supply convoys and armored vehicles, particularly behind enemy lines, it's less capable than NATO-operated drones. Ukraine is also likely running low on Bagraktars as combat losses mount. Although the US government has provided Switchblade 300 and 600 kamikaze drones, these are one-way weapons that are not designed to fly more than one mission. An obvious solution to Ukraine's problem is the US Army's MQ-1 Grey Eagle. Grey Eagle is larger, faster, flies higher, and carries a bigger and better weapons payload than Bagraktar. Grey Eagle has much longer legs than Bagraktar, capable of flying up to 2,500 nautical miles versus 186 miles due to the use of satellite navigation. Grey Eagle, which acts as an uncrewed scouting platform for AH-64 Apache attack helicopters, would be a considerable upgrade from Bagraktar. Grey Eagle can carry up to 4 Hellfire anti-tank missiles, each with a range of up to 6.8 miles. By contrast, Bagraktar must fly much closer to the target to release its MAML bombs. This boost in range will allow Ukrainian drone operators to conduct standoff attacks, staying out of the range of all but dedicated air systems, and in general, lasting longer over the battlefield. The US government may be hesitant to sign off on a transfer due to Russia's past complaints that armed drones like the Predator, Reaper, and Grey Eagle are technically equivalent to cruise missiles, and this could open up Washington's allegations that it's providing cruise missiles to Kyiv. Number 3. Harpoon Anti-Ship Missile. One of the most spectacular of Russia's many failures in the war was the loss of the Moskva, a guided missile cruiser and flagship of the Black Sea Fleet. 2 Ukrainian-made Neptune missiles, fired from a truck based on shore, sunk the 600-feet-long warship. While that was the humiliating end of Moskva, it wasn't the end of the Russian Navy, which continues to patrol Ukraine's coastline and threaten amphibious landings behind the front line. Neptune is a brand new missile system that became operational pretty recently in late 2021. Ukraine has requested more anti-ship missiles from NATO that would allow it to take the offensive, sinking Russian warships blocking its ports, including critical grain shipments to countries worldwide, or pushing them far enough out to sea that they become irrelevant. The most likely candidate for Ukraine is the American-made Harpoon. Harpoon, originally deployed in the 1980s, is an anti-ship cruise missile. Harpoon is launched from a ship via rocket booster, which accelerates the missile skyward until the built-in turbine engine can take over. The missile is designed to fly low over the waves at subsonic speeds to avoid radar detection, has a 500-pound warhead, and a range in excess of 67 nautical miles. Harpoon uses a radar built into its nose to find its target. An operator can program a missile to flight the specified area and only then turn on its radar, a useful capability for flying past friendly ships and islands, and preventing the enemy from detecting the missile's radar emissions until the last minute. Ukraine has virtually no navy, and its air force is fixated on the land war, so the best solution is another ground-launched missile system. Denmark stepped up to provide one truck-mounted Harpoon system and missile reloads. Russia's retreat from northern Ukraine has allowed it to focus on the eastern part of the country, releasing its fury on the Donbas region. The challenge to the United States and NATO is to provide new weapons and the training to use them in time for the Ukrainians to operate them effectively. So viewers, what do you think about Ukraine-Russia conflict? Which way is the war going? Let us know your opinion in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. We will be back with another video. Till then, stay with us.